What's your take on this?
Well, it's a big milestone. It's kind of an arbitrary one, but it's still something people get excited about. But the main thing is that they're up about 40% for the year so far, and about triple the pace of the S&P 500. So it's definitely a standout stock, and a lot of it is the push into new, very big categories like apparel and grocery that investors are hopeful that they'll be able to be as successful there as they have been in things like books and electronics. And then the other business line that's exciting investors is the cloud. And it's another thing where Amazon has a dominant position and a lot of tailwind behind it. So those two things have investors excited.
So I wonder, is it any one piece of the whole that's driving this more than any other, whether it's cloud or Prime or experimentation in brick and mortar or groceries, or is it really the fact that Amazon has all of these bets placed on so many different lines of business?
Yeah, they're very well diversified, and they're also a quick pruner. So they'll try things, and if it shows promise, they can put a lot of horsepower behind it. Or if it just a category they think is worth sticking to, they can stick with it for a long time. And also, yes, these new categories, things like grocery and the cloud. Grocery has very low online penetration right now, but it's an $800 billion category. So even if they pick up, small slice of that, it's still very big revenue gains for them. And the cloud is the same thing. They're in a dominant position, and there's just more shift. Public cloud spending expected to grow 16% this year to close in on $30 billion. So they're just in a lot of the right places.
Why are investors so positive about Amazon, but so pessimistic about Walmart?
Well, Amazon is executing, and it's in the right spot. So Walmart is established. It's got thousands of stores, and but that market isn't growing. The momentum is shifting online. Overall retail sales are maybe a few percent this year versus 15% for online. So it's just Amazon is in the right place, and it's executing well. So, and it's moving into grocery, which is Walmart's sweet spot. That's where Walmart gets about half of its revenue. So investors are just watching for Amazon to continue to take more and more of the consumer spend as it goes into more and more of these categories, including the mother of them all, groceries.
What about Amazon's experiments in brick and mortar in general, the bookstores? How big of a business do you think that's going to be?
It's still very measured, but they must be seeing something they like, because they're getting in more and more cities, I think about 8 now. And then beyond the bookstores, and they have drive-in kiosks for grocery pickup in Seattle. They just opened 2 of them. So they're experimenting with brick and mortar. They're realizing that they have to meet some customers halfway. They have to give customers a place to go to get certain things. But again, the pace has been fairly measured, and that's going to be where there's a big standoff between Walmart and Amazon, is on the grocery front and the brick and mortar grocery front, with these drive-in kiosks where you can easily pull in and have groceries you've ordered online put in the trunk of your car versus doorstep delivery. And that's where Walmart has a big head start over Amazon.
If Amazon has an Achilles heel, what is it?
It might be what we just talked about, the lack of brick and mortar, and so the bookstores that you mentioned would be a place for people to test all of their gadgets. They have their Kindle readers, they have their Amazon Echo and this Alexa voice-activated platform. These are things people hear about, but a lot of them probably are more comfortable buying it if they can actually go to a store, see it, touch it, try it. And they're just going to get like the back of the store, bottom shelf treatment in some of their retail competitors like Best Buy and Staples and things. So they really need their own place to showcase their own product, and that has been their Achilles heel and one they're addressing. But they have to balance that, because a big part of their advantage has been providing people the things they want, delivering them quickly without that huge overhead of a vast store presence. And so that's where they're trying to find the right balance.